Yeah, I want to say, moving on a little bit, that Zach, I want to say, because he's getting some residual hate for my mistakes. Not wanting to dwell on that, but I do want to say, Zach is innocent.
Thank you.
Clearly.
I mean, I think I said that
I think it was obvious.
I said that in the episode, but like, there's some dumb fucking articles that I guess they just rushed to get it out.
Right, and also some of this hate it's like by association. So there's a lot of people that are still pulling me down with it. Look, I press the button. I'm just doing my job here.
You're just following orders.
I'm just doing my job here.
You're just following orders, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
that is that defense has famously worked well historically.
Exactly. Some Manson shit. So look, I'm just doing my job here. I'm not a misogynist. I'm just getting called horrible shit.
Well,
really?
Yeah, and I'm being called a Nazi. Like, what?
Well, who called you a Nazi? What context does that even make sense?
I don't know. But, you know, Shabbat Shalom. I'm not a Nazi. I wear Star David around my neck. Thank you.
You're not a Nazi, but you were just following orders.
I've been staying off the internet pretty much because I knew I was going to get
Yeah.
dirty
Yeah.
out there.
I need to start doing that a little
Yeah, you should do that. I was like, I know this episode was messy. I'm just not even going to go anywhere on their, like, Reddits.
Yeah, I tend
Twitters.
to bury my head a little bit when that happens.
Yeah.
But, you know, people do take it too far. Like, on the internet, when you fuck up in some way,
Yeah.
the reaction people have is like, he is a disgusting human being. He's vile. I've watched for 12 years, and now I'm fucking unsubbing, and I don't know. It's just like,
there's just a lot of, you know, unwarranted shit that it's hard reading about yourself, you know. So, yeah.
Well, Dextero, this is a demand for what do you call it? Correction.
Yeah, they even spelled my name wrong.
Well, then that's good because it wasn't you.
Right, it was my
Some other Zach.
It was Lou.
Yeah, who's that? Who's that?
It was Lou.
Oh, it's Lou, the good guy.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to end that character.
Yeah. Lou's gone. But,
Tommy said, "This talk is exactly why I never tell anyone. It's the constant let me help you." Okay.
Wait, what?
I guess he's saying he's also an older, up in the years virgin.
I see. Okay. That's a good point.
Okay. Lindsay says, Ela, your makeup looks great. Your confidence makes all your looks elevated, queen. Also, don't beat yourself up over it. There isn't anything you can do now, and we still love you. I laughed. Oh, don't admit that.
Thank you, by the
Bradley
way.
Martin? That can't be really him, can it? No. Why are people talking about Ethan and QTCinderella but not talking about Jeffrey Epstein stuff? I get it. Somebody's impersonating Bradley Martin. And that's what I've been saying. I mean, how is anyone going to be mad at me when those names are still being held secret? Yeah, we love you, Zach.
Thank you, and I love you guys too. And again, I was just following orders, doing my job, and
let me look at history of. I was just following orders.
I'm sure the whole Nazi party.
What was that? What was that trial the Nazis on? That
Nuremberg.
Nuremberg. Let's see if that worked for them.
What?
Let's see how the Nazi defense of just following orders plays out. But that's not even a good comparison, right, Zach?
No. I don't think you can.
Well, did you guys gas anyone?
Yeah.
He was gassing me up.
Yeah, but no, not a Nazi, not a misogynist.
People
Not a
are
Nazi,
saying,
folks.
Not a piece.
You heard it
of
here
shit.
first.
I can vouch for Zach. He is not a Nazi.
Yep.
As far as I can tell, anyway. I don't know what you do at home.
Right. Yeah.
All right. What does he do in the dark?
Oh, yeah, this
We
was a
don't know.
meme on the subreddit. I was just following orders. And with that, this is true. It's not his fault.
That's not even me. That's Zilly Zonka. I don't know how that
that
guy got in there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love that.
Exactly. He did nothing wrong.
Nope.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, we love you, Zach. Really.
Thank you.
I'll even go a step further in absolving Zach.
Yeah.
I told Zach play the Chestnut song, and he said, "Really?" Question mark? Question mark? Question
Yeah, with
mark?
like a bunch of question marks.
And I said yes. So like it's so on me and not Zach. He even said, "Sir," and I said, "Follow orders."
Yeah, but I think it'd be great if Dexerto can, revise that shit and maybe
Yep.
spell my name right. Let's get that blue.
Well, do you want the clout or not? Why do you want that clout?
That's what he's upset about. He can't get the clout because they spelled the name wrong.
Right.
He
But you
can't-
want that kind of
can't use it
clout?
for his-
That's
No,
not
I
He's
exactly-
falling on the grenade.
So what
either
Ethan
way.
is
Might as
saying-
well get something out of it.
Yeah,
Right.
I need just my name in print.
So you're
But-
okay
but-
with them blaming you? As long
Ethan
as
is
No,
saying,
no.
Ethan is saying maybe it's okay that the name is wrong in this context.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good for you.
Yeah.
Uh,
The logic is not making sense.
it's a
If somebody brings it up, you can say that's not me.
it's kind of a Sophie's choice situation here. So
It's that difficult.
I guess, but no, I don't necessarily want it. And all jokes aside, I don't want it. I just want my sins to be.
Yeah, it's my fault. I was in goblin mode that whole day, and it was just
It was your Tourette.
I had no fucking. I had that whole day. I just felt like
Not the whole day.
no. After the Rebecca Black,
Yeah.
part, for some reason, I was in full goblin mode, and like sometimes I get like that.
I don't
and
know
just-
that you should go past 3 hours because that was the 4th hour.
Oh, interesting.
It does. There's something to that.
There's some
Actually-
science there, right?
Tell me if you think I saw what I thought was a fairly insightful comment on Reddit about it, which is that with the conversation with Rebecca Black, because her story is kind of messed up, everything that happened to her and traumatic and everything,
Mhm.
you were being very careful in that conversation,
Hmm.
and that there was like a rubber band effect. Like once she left, you were like freed, and you went 180 in the other direction of just full goblin mode.
To be honest with you, I do think that has something to do with it. I also think that I have an impulsivity problem with that's related to my Tourette's, which I am now discovering I can actually use that as an excuse. Look at this comment. Dan,
Yes.
why didn't we wrap up after the interview? We still have to get canceled.
Exactly.
I do genuinely think that I'm not normal, right?
You are normal. Come on.
But why is it though? By the
Why-
way, and I don't like. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to cop out and not accept responsibility. Of
Mm-hmm.
course I do, but I'm trying to understand. Maybe there's something in me that is.
No,
not,
I agree because I know you in real life, not on camera, and I know your views on things, and I know that you would have never laughed at her crying.
Of course.
Of course,
I wasn't
obviously.
to be honest.
That's
with you,
why it's upsetting for me to watch you do that to yourself because I know you. And I know that that's not you, but I know for somebody else opening the show and seeing
seen
that
it.
what that's going to look like, it's going to look awful. And I think that, yes, there's some kind of an impulsive thing that you
Sometimes, listen, I'm a
you
comedian.
got to play with fire. It's like you just have to.
I do. And I'll tell you, look, I love my job. I love to make you guys laugh and explore the medium of doing comedy in this kind of open, impromptu setting. And like, it's funny. I did it so fast. I almost did it on purpose so fast that I didn't give myself a chance to even think about it. Because I was like, I feel like this would be funny. I was like, I feel like this would be funny because it's so fucked up.
And you only let that thought go through before the second thought is like, maybe it's not a good idea though.
That did not approach my brain. There was no, that wasn't an option, you know? And the Chestnut song was just the moment. It really was the moment.
Well, I feel like it was, in my opinion, it was funny during the first half of the story when we were talking about the what was the dude's name?
Patriarch.
When we were
That
talking
was-
on
that was
guy.
He's the
comical.
butt. Yeah, but the thing is, like, that guy is obviously a douche, and it's
Right.
okay to satirize him. But someone that I'm actually like friendly with, and who is expressing herself vulnerability and is the victim, then obviously that is not the vibe that I want, is to make her feel bad. And actually, you know what really made me feel bad is afterwards, I talked with her and she told me that essentially it made her feel bad. And so that I felt gutted by. And also her boyfriend reached out and was like, why, and said something like to the effect of like, why are you so mean? And that made me feel horrible. Because obviously that's never the intention. And because really at the end of the day, all that matters is how she perceived it. And she didn't like it and he didn't like it. And then I felt really, really bad. You know what I mean? There is a touch of ableism though when people blame me. I'm just saying. I already got my handicap placard. There's some old dude trying to get in front of the like big ass parking lot at the movie theater. I'm like, step off, Grandpa.
There's a Curb episode about that where the guy has a stutter and he's got a handicap placard, and Larry calls him out because he's not like, he doesn't have any physical disabilities, but he has a stutter and he's got a handicap placard.
That's awesome. That's what I need. I bet I could get one if I really lied my way or just exaggerated. Like, I have Tourette's and I am doing all this all the time and I'm impulsive. And they'd be like, all right, take the fucking placard. But you know what? It's like, it's hard to completely, I'm doing a lot better than I used to in general. I think there's a maturity that I think I've achieved a certain maturity in terms of like when I fuck up, I'm not getting defensive and I'm like understanding and, you know, confronting what I've done. Okay. But at the same time, so in that part, I think I've matured. And you remember, Dan, there was times when, because you've been with us so long, where I would get into shit and I usually got defensive and then it would make everything worse. I don't know if you remember that stuff like that.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. As you were saying that, I was raising my eyebrow a little bit about because just on the front end of getting into the shit in the first place.
That's the problem.
Right. But I agree that the aftermath and the acceptance of fault and sort of the reflection part has massively improved over the years.
Yes.
You've definitely grown up on that.
Okay, good. Thank you for co-signing that. So yeah, in one way I have matured, but on the other time, it's like I don't want to compromise what makes this show special to me.
I know what you mean.
I don't want to second guess myself all the time.
And
because, you know what I mean? And as bad as that may sound, to me, the minute that I start second guessing myself, then the show is not going to be as good or special. And if I fuck up, I apologize to her. I says, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? I'm so sorry. But at the same time, I can't fucking hamstring myself. Yeah, we need the pill switch.
I know exactly what you mean.
Thank you.
It's coming.
I go to that other side of becoming so self-aware of what everybody's going to say, going to think, how they're going to perceive it, that I almost like become just not even myself, or I just don't talk, or I just don't say anything, because all I hear in my head is just the thoughts of what I'm going to see people saying, what they're going to think, what they're saying in the chat, with all this stuff. It's like it kind of takes over your own thought, and you're just stuck in that mode.
Totally.
And you can't do a show like that.
No. And I've been in that place before, and it's not a good place to be. And so, like, I think the important part is when you fuck up to acknowledge it and apologize, right? But at the same time, I gotta go goblin mode sometimes. I gotta go goblin mode.
I mean, a lot of the goblin mode moments are the funniest moments on the show.
Exactly. So I can't, you know what I mean? You can't pick and choose, because there's a lot of fans who are like, on one hand, oh, it's so funny. Sometimes, oh, he's so out of pocket. It's so funny. Ethan's in goblin mode, and they love it.
Yeah.
But then when it goes too far, and by the way, my ratio is pretty good. Like, I'm looking at like 20 goblin modes to 1 too far. Demon mode, let's call it.
Well, demon mode maybe is different.
Watch that demon die.
Well, what do you call what?
Demon mode is like the
Enter,
2
right?
strike incidents
The B word.
last year. That's demon mode.
So wait,
that's a step beyond goblin mode.
Okay, all right. So what mode am I in then when I, for example, did that to QTCinderella?
Yeah,
Goblin gone wrong.
That's goblin.
that's goblin mode.
Goblin's gone wrong.
Goblin gone wrong for sure.
So I don't know. You know what I mean? So like my ratio is pretty good so far. I got a call from my YouTube rep the day after that happened.
You did?
And I was like, there's no fucking way, bro. He's
You
like,
thought it was a strike incoming?
he says, call me back.
Oh shit.
And I texted him, I was like,
Blood run cold.
bad news? And he's like, no, I just need you to sign the new YouTube partner thing. I was like, thank God. Buddy. Thank fucking God, bro.
Yeah.
That scared the shit out of me. We just got back. Can you imagine? We just got back and we already getting fucking, yeah.
Shit's coming out of down my leg.
So, you know what I mean? And there's people so wild, like in Hassan's chat, they're going like, oh, and you still associate with him. People were like demanding he ends our podcast. And it's like, seriously, like I get that it was a super insensitive, totally wrong time and place joke. Like everything was super inappropriate about it.
Yeah.
But y'all really want to fucking just, it's like, dude, I don't know, man. People on the internet, that's not how you live your life. The people saying that. Like if you have a friend that fucks up, you're not like, I never want to see you again.
Right.
That's not how real life works. I'm not a sex criminal. I didn't kill anybody. You know what I mean? I just made a bad joke, and I get that. So, I don't know. Sometimes I question if some of these people are even real, or they even have like a real life. How can you actually think that's how life works? You know what I mean? But that's what it is. And it's going to happen again. And if I go too far, I'm going to apologize. And I'm going to reflect on it. And I'm going to try, to work it out. But there it is.
Today I feel disabled.
Right on, brother. Me too, man. So there it is. I don't know. But I love y'all, and I feel so bad, and I apologize to QTCinderella, who I respect, and I wish her all the best. Thank you.
Peace and love.
This is a serious message to all victims of Goblin Mode. I would like to issue an apology. Thank you, thank you. There was one actually pretty insightful post, I thought, or maybe it's not a perfect comparison, but there was like a post of us laughing at Jay Leno in his hyperbaric chamber, his body like burned. And they're like, we love this. And then it was QTCinderella crying. And they're like, we hate this. But honestly, it's not that great of a comparison because one, I know QTCinderella. And two, Jay Leno was literally, he wasn't saying anything. He was just there like a cadaver.
He wasn't there crying.
No, he was. Yeah, it's not a great comparison. If he was, I'd probably laugh about it though. Jay Leno.
Look, you're not arguing that the joke was not right.
No.
So we all agree.
Good. Thank you.